Hey guys, today I'm going to make some beef stroganoff. So let's get cracking. I'm going to try to keep this as simple as possible. I have two sirloin steaks. These were $4.99 a pound. I'm using those because they were on sale, but you could probably use stew meat or cut up a chuck roast as well. I just try to find what's the cheapest these days, so that's probably about 1.5 pounds of meat there. Then I have 1 pound of mushrooms here, so I'm going to cut those up, cut the meat up. My onion's not good, so I'm just going to use onion powder. I like onion powder anyway. I use that a lot in my slow cooker recipes. And then I have some egg noodles. I'm not going to cook those in the slow cooker. I'm going to cook them on the stove because they get mushy in the slow cooker. And then I have some sour cream there, but that goes in at the end. So let me get this stuff cut up. That looks like a lot of mushrooms, but I like mushrooms and they cook down a lot. Now I'm going to add 1.5 cups of water. You could use beef broth if you'd rather, or add a bouillon cube. And granulated onion, or onion powder. Like I said, I didn't have an onion, so I'll just use a bunch of this. Okay, that looks pretty good. Just dump a bunch in like that. And then, of course, I always use the Johnny's seasoned pepper. Besides pepper, this has sugar, red and green bell pepper, garlic, and onion in it. Let's go about that much, and I usually taste this at the end and add more seasoning if it needs it. A little bit of kosher salt as well, and same with the salt. Might have to add more salt at the end, and a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. That's always good with beef. I'll sprinkle in a little bit of that. Might have to add a little bit of that more at the end as well. That looks kind of dry right now, but it always makes more liquid as it cooks. I'm going to cook this on high and we'll see how long it takes. If you cook it on low, it usually takes about twice as long. It's been 3.5 hours, so let's take a look. See how much different that looks now? A lot more liquid in there. Let's see if the meat is tender. Actually, it does seem pretty tender. But it's kind of runny. See how watery that is? Some people coat the meat in flour and brown it first, and that flour will help it thicken up. And I didn't do that, but I have an idea, so I have something I'm going to try here. This is kind of an experiment, but I was thinking if I put raw flour in there, it might just get gummy and it might not work. So what I did is put some flour in this cast iron skillet and I baked it in my toaster oven for about 20 minutes. So see, now it's kind of a tan color instead of white, so it's cooked a little bit. So I'm going to try adding a little bit of this to my crock pot here, and just a little at a time, and mix it in. And hopefully that will thicken everything up and, you know, not be all gummy. Look at this. I'm excited. Look at what a difference. Look how nice and thick that is now. Looks like a nice gravy now. I just kept spooning a little bit at a time and stirring it. Looks beautiful. Oh, I have to add the sour cream. I think what I'll do is just turn this off and let it sit there a little bit, and I have to cook my noodles, and then I'll add the sour cream and we'll try it out. I got my noodles cooked and my pot is shut off, so now I'll stir in the sour cream. This is Daisy Light sour cream. I like the light sour cream. That's what I use most of the time. So this is a 16-ounce container. I don't know if I'll need the whole thing or not. I'll just kind of add a little bit at a time and stir it up, give it a taste. Probably should have put this in a bowl so I could mix the sauce in a little bit better, but put a piece of parsley on there because it's not really that colorful or exciting to look at, but you can see the meat kind of flakes apart and the mushrooms all cooked down nicely. So let's try a bite. That is really good. It has a lot of flavor. I'm really happy with that. Annie was flipping out earlier when I was trying to stir in the flour. I guess she smelled it. Adding that flour worked really good, by the way. Anyway, you want to try a chunk, Annie? There you go. Jeez, you didn't even chew it. That turned out really good. It had flavor even before I added the sour cream. I added about half the container of sour cream. Actually, just what you saw me add there. And the steak was nice and tender, and it worked real well adding the flour in the end to thicken it up like that as well. So I'm real happy with that recipe. I'll write everything in the description like usual. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.